Yo, we're back.
We're back.
All three of us.
Yeah. It's been like 3 weeks. 3 weeks since it's been all three of us.
I think so, yeah. And then next week I'm away, so you two might have to hold the fort down unless we do it another day. But we can figure that out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you away next weekend? Holidays or?
Yeah, I booked a trip to Rome with my girl just for a few days,
Oh,
just
yeah,
for
yeah.
something to do, just to get away.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, that'd be
I've
sick.
seen this. I've got some like Roman-inspired tats. Got the Colosseum on me. I was like, I need to see it. I need to actually go there and see.
Yeah.
Yes, man.
Same
Nice,
with
man.
Egypt, man. I've got all these Egyptian ones on me now, so I've never even been to Egypt.
Oh, damn. Yeah, that needs to be one. I feel like that's definitely
put
somewhere
that
you need to
next.
go. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. The pyramids for sure. By the
So
way,
what's new?
guys, it's the most important day of the year. I don't know if
Why
you
is
knew.
that?
Some would say it's the most important day of the year because it's National Cactus Day. I didn't even know it was a thing until we were planning a few things recently. And then I just randomly Googled it. I was like, there must be a Cactus Day. And it turns out it's the 10th of May, so National Cactus Day today.
Nice.
So is this
Yeah,
like
Nice.
a
very,
second
very
birthday for you?
proud day. It's a
Second
what?
birthday.
A second birthday for you?
Yeah, fully. So
Yeah.
I'll take all presents, take all gifts coming my way.
Yeah. Can they give away some free? Are you doing like a sale for it or anything? Like a campaign for it?
Has to be a
Yeah,
Cactus
just
sale,
for
right?
like cost as a sale, like just one day only, 70% off everything, just 24
Jeez.
hours, Cactus
What a
Day.
bargain.
Damn.
I know. By the time this comes out, it would have passed anyway. So I don't know. Maybe I'll leave a code or something in the description for people listening.
Yeah. What's new with you, Ocean?
But anyway, man.
Man, I got my wisdom tooth removed on Sunday.
Oh, I saw that.
Oh shit.
Bruh. In the moment, it was fine. It just felt like really uncomfortable that they're pulling something out your gum. But then the next
Yeah.
few days, it was, bruh, still hurting. It was mad painful. So apologies if I'm making like weird face expressions on this podcast if you're watching. I'm just trying to stay comfortable.
Fuck.
Or is it still hurting now?
Yeah, because so I got it done Sunday, but then Tuesday was still the upper one because I got the top one and the bottom one removed.
Right.
The top one was hurting bad, so I went back, and then they had to like open it up again and take out like a bone fragment that was still in
Oh
there,
jeez.
and then re-shut it. So then I think that's just like more trauma to the gum, so it's just taking a while to heal. But I haven't really been able to like. The first 3 days was just brutal. I didn't really do anything because not really eating too much as well because you're trying to just make it heal.
Yeah.
At least now I'm able to like move about. I'm able to talk. I'm not like fully working, but I'm still like trying to do little bits of that, which is better. But man, what a brute! I thought this was calm. I thought like, oh, everyone just gets their wisdom teeth taken out. This shit hurts.
Yeah.
I
It's
had
crazy,
them
innit?
taken out when I was younger. You know, when you're a kid and you get braces, they used to take out your wisdom teeth, didn't they, to actually fit the brace? I always found
Yeah.
it weird that they even did that. Like, I was like, surely you need your wisdom teeth. Like, why are all those kids just getting our wisdom teeth taken out? I don't actually know the science behind it, but yeah, I can remember it being mad uncomfortable. But because it was so many years ago, I can't remember what it
Yeah,
felt
man.
like.
That's the reason why I got it taken out because I wasn't gonna do Invisalign, but they're like you need to take out the wisdom teeth first because there was nothing wrong with them. I've had my wisdom teeth for time,
Yeah.
no pain. But yeah, they want to take
What's
out
the
other
reason
two
then?
for space for the adjustment.
Oh, okay.
But
Right.
I'm canceling
was-
that shit. I ain't doing it again, bro. I'm not trying to take out the other
You're not
two.
doing
This
it?
shit was nah, bro. This is like a whole 5 days just kind of like lost because I'm
Yeah.
trying to just recover. I don't want to do this again.
Yeah.
So you can't get Invisalign without that?
We'll see. We'll see. I'm gonna ask him. I'm gonna beg him like, nah,
Yeah.
I'm not trying to take these out, man. Just let's find a way.
Just give it a go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just give it a try. There's some space now. You've lost a few.
Yeah, exactly.
So have you just switching it up because obviously briefly touched on the beef, but I feel like it's over now. I
Pretty
feel like
much,
that's
innit?
the
Yeah,
last
simmer
track
down.
that we heard from Drake.
I can't imagine Kendrick replying to the last one.
Ah, I think it's done now. It's probably a good point, a good place to leave it anyway.
So what's the
But
final
what
Yeah.
decision?
I'd say,
And the
you
winner
know what?
is
You know what? I find it really tough because everyone is just running to Kendrick, and I can't lie, it probably did come out on top. But I feel like a lot of people that were saying Kendrick were just saying it because they hate Drake. Because when someone's like so famous like that, it's just natural that people want to take them down. Like nobody likes the person that's on the top. Kendrick's was kind of the underdog, although he's like crazy famous as well. But I feel like people naturally gravitated towards Kendrick because there's so much hate for Drake. But that being said, Kendrick's tracks were actually sick. Like Euphoria was sick. Um, Meet the Graham's crazy. Like I don't know. Yeah, he probably did come out on top. Like lyrically, he probably did do more damage. But then the other thing is how much of it is truth as well, because I feel like that has to matter. Because in a lot of these diss tracks, them going back and forth, they were like accusing each other of some mad shit, really. But then if no one's telling the truth, then surely you lose some points for that.
that's what I'm saying because a lot of Kendrick's ones was like you're a pedo, your team's a pedo, you pop
Yeah.
pills. So it all sounds terrible on paper, but if it's just lies and accusations, then is this what diss
Yeah,
tracks are then? So we just once you say you're a pedophile, that's like the worst thing you can say about someone,
yeah, of
really.
course.
So if you say that in a diss, does that mean that you just automatically win, regardless of truth?
It's a good point. Because then also in that last track from Drake, he said he set Kendrick up with information. Not the pedo thing, because who would do that? But he said he set him up with the, like the
The daughter thing.
information about having a daughter. But then people also don't believe that Drake set him up. People think he's just saying that. But I don't think he has a daughter. I mean, who knows? But it
I think you would have
feels
had to
like
have
there was
said
just a
no.
lot of, yeah, you'd think so. Especially after all the Pusha T stuff, like years back. So yeah, I don't know. It was a weird one. Like it was a sick beef because I really liked the tracks that were going back and forth. But then, yeah, it's like what part of it was true, and can
Yeah.
you just say anything? Because I think we were speaking about it last week, but we were saying, say if you've got beef with someone, you're gonna do anything to get some information on them. And then if you've got people like messaging you or texting you saying, "Yo, I heard this about so and so, I heard this," then you're gonna take that and just run with it, aren't you? Instead of doing all the fact checking, because how are you going
Yeah.
to fact check it without asking the person? So you just run with the information you hear, but who knows where these people are getting the information from? So it
Yeah.
felt like there was a lot of fake information back and forth.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely, man. I
Yeah.
don't know. I'm biased.
But
I do feel
if we
like
put all
Kendrick's
lies
disses.
aside,
I do feel like Kendrick's disses were maybe a bit better, but also they just felt a lot more personal. I think they were better because
yeah,
like he came out his family and stuff like that, and it was quite well put together. Especially the Meet the Grahams one, the mum, the dad, whatever.
yeah,
But yeah, I don't know. I can't really look past like the allegations because those are strong allegations, and if it's just lies, then it's just lies, and it's not really strong. And but to be honest, to
yeah,
me, Kendrick's ones definitely felt personal. There was a point, can't remember what diss track it was, but he was just saying like, "I don't like the way you walk. I don't like the way you talk." Along these
oh
lines, I
yeah,
just don't like you,
it
kind
might
of
be
thing.
Euphoria.
Whereas like Drake to me always just felt like it was more of it was just a playful vibe, little
Yeah, you
Yeah.
could be
jabs,
right.
little light jabs, and keeping it more about the numbers and the stats and stuff like that, rather than personal, you know. I
Yeah.
mean, he did say some stuff about his wife and that, which who knows if that's true or not.
Oh
But
yeah, Dave Freeze. A lot of like short jokes as well, which are always
yeah,
pretty funny.
it
Yeah.
definitely seems like the internet is on Kendrick's side for sure.
Oh, definitely. But that's what I was
But
saying about the
yeah,
person who's on top always wants to be. People always want to take him down.
yeah, for sure.
There's always been some like weird hate on Drake. I never really get
Yeah,
it, but it is because he's just so on top. So it's like people don't like to see it. It's like
Yeah.
jealousy, envy.
I
That's
think
just
it's
natural.
because
It's always
as
been a
well,
thing.
like his background, like he's not like a gangster or anything. He was on a TV show as a kid.
Yeah,
Mm.
He kind
yeah.
of
I guess
broke
like
into the rap
there's
scene
that
with
side of
Lil
it.
Wayne.
Kendrick's from like
He's from
Compton.
Canada.
Yeah,
Yeah. When you think
yeah. It's
about it,
kind
like
of
Canada's Canadian.
no one was coming out from Canada. No, before Drake, you wasn't really hearing Canada at all in terms of
Nah,
music.
not like that. There's a
Nah.
few artists, but nothing like that. Not on that level. So yeah, maybe Americans don't like that as well.
And I do get the
yeah,
whole like, oh, he's not authentic. He's just a pop star. He just jumps on trends. But I mean, like, I don't know. I just don't see how you can hate someone who's just killed it so well.
yeah,
I'm probably put a
Because you
lot of
could
people on as well.
put a
yeah,
ton of people on,
yeah.
so many people.
And people
And
so when
people
they say
say
like
he's
he hasn't like he hasn't he hasn't stuck to his own lane. He's like sold out and done all these different genres, but that in itself has kind of kept him at the top, though, right? Like he's done like Afro, drill, like he's done
Yeah.
every
And at the
pretty
highest
much every
level as
genre
well.
you could think of. Sorry,
hmm
At the highest level as well, you know?
yeah,
yeah,
he's done it well.
yeah. So
I'm not a huge fan
And
of Drake on drill, but like even with the drill guys, he's helped put him to a different platform, you know. When he
yeah, of
jumped on that
course.
Heady One remix, that was huge.
yeah,
Yeah.
Or even just coming on Link Up TV, things like that. Putting on Dave, putting on gigs to a whole new world.
fire in the
Skepta as well.
booth.
He had Skepta on his
Skepta,
album.
and that's in fact he
Section
kind of just
Boys.
helped the whole UK in general.
Yeah, massive.
Yeah.
But then
And
even when
people
you
will say he's like a culture vulture where he's just trying to find out what's popping and then he'll get in there early. But then at the same time it's like he's at such a high level that he's doing them a favor as well. So
yeah, for sure, you
who's
can't
Yeah,
say
gonna
no
turn
to a
that
Drake
down?
feature.
Exactly. Yeah,
Yeah. If
yeah. He's
people
turning
like
it down.
if you reach these people on a come up, like especially in the UK when we weren't getting heard as much as we are now, but if Drake's reaching out saying, "Yo, I want to work with you," do you think anyone's gonna say no? Like everyone
No
wants that
thanks.
Drake feature, so you can't call it a culture
Trust me.
vulture. Like maybe he saw some potential in the UK, but I feel like at that level, he's just like he's just going with what he's fucking with. It's like, yeah, I'm feeling what these UK guys are doing. Let me go show some love. If I get
Yeah,
something out of
man.
it because they're on the rise, and they're gonna get something out of it too. So
Just a
it's
business
just like
transaction,
business, really. Yeah.
literally.
So I think the hate's weird.
I love that bar where he's like, "Your first number one, I had to put it in your hand," because literally,
Yeah.
those guys like Future, Rick Ross, all their top songs are like Drake features. It couldn't be more
Yeah.
real. You
Exactly.
know what I mean?
It's true. Yeah, that bar
That's
sticks
true.
in your head as well because you can't even argue with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he's
So I
got
was
a
just
point.
gonna ask, like, if all lies are put to one side and we're just kind of taking it for just like diss tracks, like not even thinking about who's telling the truth or not, who won. Are we saying Kendrick?
I think
I'd probably say
Kendrick's diss
Kendrick.
tracks were slightly better.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
just as songs as well. Like they were just hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, one of my favorites though is Drake's. What's it? Shit. What's the name of it now? What was his second one? Like that 7 minute long one? Is it Family something?
Family Matters.
Family Matters. Yeah, I feel like that was one of the hardest tracks in the whole beef.
I don't even think I listened to that all the way through.
Fam-
I
Didn't you?
listened to it twice because I needed to take it in. I need to take it in again. Most of these tracks had to like you listen the first time and you take it in the second
Yeah.
time. Really,
Yeah, I can't lie. I've listened to them a good few times now. Like I'll just put them on in the gym and then or on a run or whatever, and it's I've kind of analyzed it. But Family Matters is crazy. I really like that one. But yeah, I think you might be right. I think Kendrick came. He just maybe like out rapped him a bit.
Yeah,
yeah. I just felt like Drake was playing a lot of the time as well, you know, and he had to take shots at everyone. Family Matters,
Yeah,
it
that
still
was the
wasn't
other thing.
concentrated. It was still like
Yeah.
little ASAP Rocky jab here, a little Weekend jab here.
Yeah,
Well, it
Rick
seems like
Ross.
everyone's after him in the
Like,
minute. Like Metro, and them lot, like that whole gang have kind of not turned. I guess turned on him as well. And then you got Drake, the Kendrick stuff, and then just I don't know. It feels like everyone's at him at the moment.
When you think
that's
about
what I
that, that's
said. It's a 20
crazy.
v 1.
Crazy.
Literally.
Kendrick, who's arguably, depends who you ask. For me, probably second in hip hop at your neck, and then everyone but like everyone else as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The Weeknd, the biggest pop star, ASAP, Rick Ross, Future, guys who you thought were friends as well,
oh,
Metro,
yeah.
Kanye West out of nowhere. Like it's just nuts. It's nuts.
Kanye just chiming in out of
And
nowhere.
I don't. Did anyone else kind of like not stand up for Drake, but jump in on a disc, but in clearly on Drake's side, like a Drake ally? Did anyone jump in? Yeah, I didn't really hear like any diss tracks towards all those other guys from someone else, right? Or am I wrong?
I don't think so. Nah, I didn't really hear anyone calling out Kendrick.
So it's literally just 10v1 kind of situation.
Felt like it, yeah. And obviously, everyone's been saying that Drake's been sneak dissing for a long time. And that's why they've all turned against him. And I don't really know what tracks he was sneak dissing because when you listen to rap, like people are just saying stuff like it's not necessarily aimed at someone, but they just say stuff to prove that they're the best. If that makes
Yeah.
sense. Like
Yeah.
it's not really aimed at anyone in particular. It's just like aimed at everyone.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I bet someone's analyzed it a bit deeper and gone back to Drake's old tracks and be like, yeah, in this song here, in this sentence, he's referencing Kendrick. Like,
Yeah.
who knows? There might be some stuff like that, but yeah, it did feel like a 10v1, even 20v1.
The
Was a bit
video
crazy.
essays on YouTube have been nuts. But then again, it's like you can take those lyrics and put it into some sort of context, make it make sense, and then it's like, oh
Yeah.
shit. But then who knows? You know what I mean? Like we're just the
Yeah,
audience.
because that's just that person's perspective as well. Like
Yeah.
they can read that line and be like, "Oh, I took this from it," but then you could read it and take something else from it. So it's really hard
Yeah.
to just go off that.
Yeah, exactly.
What did you think of the Heart Part 6, Drake's last one? So his final response.
Some parts were cool, some parts were a bit weak.
Felt like he was a bit on defense too much in that one.
There was one bar where he's like,
If
I
I
mean,
was
I
the
don't
pedo, I
remember
would have been
the-
arrested or something.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I was
Something
thinking,
like that.
Come on now. I'm too much of a celebrity to be blah 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 along these kind of lines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was probably the wrong move, but can't lie. But still a
Yeah.
good track. He was saying some stuff in there.
And then the talking at the end, I was like, nah, we don't need the
Yeah.
talking. Let's just
Yeah.
rap. Because when you're talking, it's like,
You know what?
I need to explain myself now.
Yeah, that's true.
Mm.
Just let the rap speak.
Yeah.
Kendrick's track, Not Like Us, that's going crazy right now. Because I think he played it smart with that. Because when he was dropping his other tracks, especially Meet the Grahams, a lot of people were saying he's boring. Like the beats he's picking are boring, and Drake could end up winning because he makes catchier songs. And then Kendrick drops Not Like Us just to prove that he could do it in that type of beat as well. And then that track's been going crazy. I think it's like, is it chart? It's definitely charting at the moment. It could even be number one. But it's been getting played at like stadiums, like basketball games, like people having parties in LA. Just like,
Oh,
that
man,
just
yeah.
really sounds like a track for the West Coast.
Yeah.
So I mean,
That's a
after
hard beat.
this beef, where do we go from here? Because we've come off like such a high. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, it's gonna be weird just hearing someone drop a normal project now.
I feel like it'd be a good time for Kendrick to drop if he did want to drop.
Yeah, it'd be perfect for him.
Yeah.
But with Drake, yeah, because everyone's just gone so against Drake. Don't know what he's
where
gonna
does
do.
I'm kind of
Yeah.
curious to see like what happens here with Drake, with the whole
Yeah.
industry kind of against him, and if he does drop, are people even going to be receptive to it? But I feel like at the same time, he is Drake. There's no way a guy can fall that from that high up.
No,
No.
he still has a huge fan base. Like he's still gonna have his core audience. But yeah, it'd be
Yeah.
interesting to see like what direction he takes, or what style of music he puts out. You know, if there'll be some sneak disses in those tracks as well.
Might just go like complete U-turn and go like country or something.
Just do a MGK
Yeah.
to punk music.
Yeah. Should be interesting.
J. Cole though, he played it well.
Did he?
He didn't want no part of it.
Yeah, Jay, yeah.
Well,
I think
in the
he played
moment,
it-
I thought no.
I think
In the
he
moment,
played it
I
the
thought
worst.
nah. Well, he kind of stayed out of all the shots, didn't he? He put his little jabs out there. I was just like, nah, I'm all right.
Yeah.
So he's chilling right now.
There's so many memes of like, it's like Kendrick when Kendrick dropped "Not Like Us," and then it's like memes of like Kendrick beating the crap out of Drake, and then J. Cole walks in the room and he's like, nah, don't want any of that. Yeah, he kind of like just didn't do anything.
Yeah.
He just didn't want any part of it.
Yeah, I think he put that one song out just to
Yeah.
show he can do it. It felt like a warning track, but then you can tell it just didn't sit right with him.
Yeah,
I think he's too like grown. You can tell he's done a lot of soul searching, and he's just like, you don't want any part in beef. But then he shouldn't have even put the response out really, if he didn't want any part in it. He was probably just getting pressure from all angles.
yeah,
Because
probably.
if people talk about the top three, then each one of those people are going to be like, they're feeling like they're number one. I don't think either of them look at the next person and be like, nah, he's number one. Like, they must all think I'm number one. So then they've got to prove it at some point.
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, man. I feel
It's
like
hard,
there
man.
could be a way for Drake to just come out on top. He might need to take like 2 weeks off and then just come back with like a monster.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, he's,
Like some
he's
crazy-
And
definitely
everyone will still
capable of
listen
it.
to it right now.
Yeah, have to see what happens. Maybe he'll just
What else?
Yeah, it'll be
drop some like
interesting.
dead random song.
What else has been
Who
happening?
knows?
Yo, we'll see. I've timed my tutorial wrong. I've got because I recorded it the day Drake dropped his last one, which was Monday, I think, and that's going up on this coming Tuesday. So the video on that's going up when the whole beef's died. So timed that pretty wrong.
I'm sure he'll do well for sure.
Did you-
It's like
did-
still pretty
Did
fresh.
you see? Did you
Yeah,
see
we'll
they're
see.
finally doing a Logic update? It's going to be Logic 11, Logic Pro 11 now.
Ooh,
Nah, why? What
Finally.
you finally getting a channel rack or something?
I did see that we're going to be able to do the AI stem splitting like how FL does it, but I'm
Oh
hoping
shit,
Nice.
for real?
I'm hoping there's going to be more features because I feel like that's kind of just standard now. There's
Yeah.
that's just been around, isn't it? I need like some Ableton level stuff, like me just being able to take any sounds, drag it into my Logic. It's already flipping, what's the word? Quantized to the grid, sounds proper. Yeah, I'm hoping for some
Yeah.
good updates. We'll see.
What is it missing Logic? Do you think compared to FL and Ableton?
The drums has always been not great, even though they did add in a sequencer that's kind of similar to FL. It's not great. Also, the browser is not amazing either. I'm always having to have my folders literally like a folder open in a window and drag them from
Oh,
my folder
yeah.
into Logic. You can do it within the browser, but for some reason, if the sound is not like the right hertz or whatever, then it just won't play.
Right.
There's a way to convert it, but it's just long. When you've got thousands and thousands of sounds, you're gonna have to sit there and do that. And then it
Yeah, I always
duplicates.
found it
Yeah,
mad
it's
that you
all
had
long.
to have the folder open to preview the
Yeah.
sounds before dragging them in.
Yeah.
It's not the most ideal workflow. It should just. I'm hoping they've improved the browser there. Maybe even like when you export your beat, I do hear people say like it just doesn't hit as hard as FL. So maybe they've changed the sound card, whatever thingy, the sound engine. But apart from that, it's quite complete though. The audio recording was already sick. The mixing stuff was already sick. Hopefully some
Yeah.
new stock plugins as well. That would be nice.
Yeah, it's like each DAW just has something that just makes it a bit better than the other.
Yeah.
Like everyone loves FL for drums, but then people like Logic for like the audio stretching, like recording live vocals or guitars or whatever it is. And then Ableton, I've never really experienced Ableton properly. Like a lot of people love it and they say it's really
Yeah.
easy to work with and you can do a lot to the sounds in there, but I just haven't really tried it, explored it. So I don't know what their strengths are.
I've seen a lot of videos using Ableton, but I've not really used it myself. Maybe like once or twice. I actually want to do a video on this. I've seen a lot of like electronic kind of tutorials using Ableton, and it seems
Yeah.
like just the audio manipulation and stuff is really, really good. I think
Yeah,
it personally
you're
looks
right,
a bit
actually.
ugly. It looks
It's a
very
bit grim.
bland
I've
on
used
the
it
eye.
once and it wasn't fun. But apparently, like, it is good for making samples. Like, a lot of producers like will make a sample
Yeah, a
in
lot of sample makers use
Ableton,
it.
yeah, and then switch to FL
Yeah.
to put the drums. It's weird how FL still has that like kind of stigma. It's not as bad now, but it has that weird stigma that it's kind of like a beginner's DAW.
You think so?
Yeah, it more so in the engineer world,
Yeah,
because people who are like actually, like engineers who are just mixing and mastering, they despise FL. They think you're a joke if you use FL to record vocals and mix and everything.
To
But
record
then,
vocals, I understand because it's a bit mad, but to make beats,
yeah,
that's a bit wild. I think FL is such a
yeah,
good DAW for beat making.
yeah. For beat making, it might be different. Like I hear the hate more for mixing like vocals and stuff. But I think for beats, you can't argue with it. Like,
I
no,
honestly feel like
it's
people
just
look down
goated, man.
upon Logic Pro X users, especially in hip
You
hop.
think?
Yeah, especially for beat making. It's kind of like, you use Logic? Why? And you always
Yes,
get the
I don't see
argument,
that
it
many
don't hit.
people using Logic. I see a lot of people using it for vocals, recordings.
yeah,
But yeah, I haven't met loads of people who use it for beats.
Yeah, I definitely see a lot of sound engineers using Logic.
Have you used Pro Tools?
I've never tried it.
That's like the industry standard, isn't it? But it
Yeah.
looks so ugly, man.
it's horrible. Yeah,
Yeah, man.
it's just a mess. Everything's too small. Like everything, all the mixer tracks are like tiny and minute, and
Yeah.
I don't know, it just doesn't look nice. Yeah,
I don't know why people love it so much. Like, obviously, we're not like engineers like that, so we're not using it like that all the time. But do you think you can really get a better sound out of using something like that compared to Logic? Because Logic is supposed to be really good for mixing, isn't it? Like, just for the way everything's like set out for recording, I'd say. But then, yeah, I don't know. I haven't like actually used Pro Tools before, so I'd just be lying if I was guessing.
I've been in a session once where someone was recording on Pro Tools, but that's like the only contact I've really had with it.
yeah, same.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's weird that it's the industry standard, but like it seems that barely anyone uses it. Only like the I guess the well-established engineers that have been around for a while only use it, and then everyone else underneath that is just using Logic.
Yeah. Yeah, I wonder if that kind of
isn't Pro
era
Tools
of
really
engineers will
expensive
die
too?
out. Yeah. It's crazy expensive, I think.
Yeah,
Isn't it like a yearly thing as well? It's not even like a one-off, right?
And they have different packages
yeah.
depending on what you need. So let's see. Pro
Now,
Tools.
Ocean, how many times during 2023, when a rapper came through, I think pretty much every single rapper used Logic to record. I remember asking him like, "Oh, what do you use to
Oh, really?
to engineer and stuff?" He's like, "Oh yeah, just Logic." I never heard one person say Pro Tools.
Yeah. You know what it is? I think is like just how FL Studio is kind of like the easiest door, like the lowest hanging fruit to just kind of get your hands on as a beginner beat maker. I think in terms of recording, Logic Pro X is that over Pro Tools.
Yeah, definitely.
Pro Tools seems it seems too professional. Like you need a lot of money to buy it.
I'm
long
just on the
learning
site
curve.
now. It says $259 per year. They might have different packages though.
Okay, so that's
So
not as bad as
34
I
a
thought
month,
it was. I thought it was like a grand a year
259
or
per
some
year.
shit.
Yeah, I thought it was more than that, unless there's different packages.
Can you buy it outright?
Um, don't think so.
Damn,
That's why FL's amazing, man. You can just buy it.
buy it.
I think
And
you
you
can
got
with Logic as well, right?
yeah.
And you get
Yeah.
free updates for life.
I think the Logic Pro 11 that's coming. It's a free update for existing users.
Right. Have you ever had to pay for updates in the past?
Nah, I don't think I think I've bought Logic Pro X once, and you just update it within the app, almost like an iPhone app.
Right. Yeah, that's pretty good. I don't know what it's like with Ableton as well. But maybe I need to give Ableton a go. Just to experience it. See what I'm missing out on.
I'm gonna give it a try. I want to do it for a video, like learning how to make beats in Ableton.
Oh
And
yeah,
try
you,
and be
you did that
patient.
with FL a while back. I remember you doing that a couple of years
Yeah.
ago now.
I think last year me and LB did it together. We did the
Oh,
FL
did you?
studio video.
Oh
Oh,
gosh,
what?
yeah.
When we switched?
No, there
Like,
was one where I made a beat. I made one beat, and then the second beat I got you to help me, and then the third beat I did it by myself to see how much I improved.
Oh yeah. I remember.
I think it would just be annoying to just learn all the shortcuts and everything. Like
Yeah,
just
man.
the way I
That's-
move on
that's the
FL
thing.
now is just so quick. But then just you'd want to do something really simple, like even just slice some audio. I'd be like, how do I do this in Ableton? Like just all these little basic things.
Yeah. I know
But
what you
you'd
mean.
probably come out with some different beats compared to what you'd cook up in your usual DAW, just because the
Definitely.
interface is different. So I might have to try it.
Yeah, definitely.
Sure, man.
What if you had two DAWs that had a baby? What would be the perfect match?
I think if you could combine FL, Ableton, and Logic, you more or less have the perfect DAW.
I guess, yeah, if you've got all three.
But
Yeah.
neither of them is like that far off. All FL has to do is improve their audio recording.
Yeah.
To me, Ableton just needs to improve the way how it looks, and then Logic, just small little nuances.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear that. You know what, with FL, with the audio recording, because when I used to have people around to record vocals, I just always used FL to record vocals, and people always found that mad, but you just have to know how to use it. Like,
Yeah.
back in the day, it used to be hard to record vocals, because you see, when you're in the playlist, and you have all your tracks there, like when you're structuring a beat. So what you can do is you can link each one of those tracks to a mixer and just have it set up like automatically. So if you just took one piece of audio and dragged it into another track, it would automatically change the mixer track as well, which is something you couldn't do. Like, I can't remember what version, but as long as you have a template set up where all the tracks in the playlist are linked to the mixer tracks, then you can kind of use it like Logic, where you just drag it around, and then it's got like that whole different like mixer setting, if that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah. I know
mean,
exactly what you
kind
mean. I've done it a couple of times recently.
I'd have
too.
to like, it's hard to explain like without, especially if you don't use FL all the time.
Yeah.
But you can basically change the FL like playlist to a Logic setting where you don't have to go and like manually send everything to mixers after you've created something new. But you
Yeah.
can do
Yeah.
it. It's just like it's that initial like step of just creating that template. But once that's up, then it's kind of simple.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
Maybe they should make DAWs like slightly customizable to yourself. So, for example, like I know in FL Studio, you're probably in the habit of whenever you want to edit a certain bit, you have to make it unique. Whereas, like in Logic,
Yeah.
when I do that, if I click on a block, I expect it to be unique, and it's not going to fuck with any of the other ones after it. So maybe
Right,
there
okay.
should be
Yeah.
a way where it's like if I use FL, I don't have to keep making it unique. It's just unique already,
Yeah.
and that's like more in line with my habits as my workflow. And for you,
Yeah,
you
that's
would
a
just
good
keep
point.
it on. I need to make it as unique because you're used to just making it as unique.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
Haven't actually looked to see if there is that feature. It might even already be there, because I know you can change certain things where, say for example, if you cut a piece of audio, you can make it so that there's like an automatic fade out, and that wasn't in like previous versions. So you know, if like you cut something and they don't have that fade out, sometimes you get that little click. But you can make it so whenever you cut something and it's crossing over with another piece of audio, instead of it just hitting, it will kind of like merge together, if that makes sense.
Yeah, like
one will fade
crossfade.
in, one will fade out.
Yeah.
Yeah, the crossfade. So you can like change it like that, and to make it so it does it like every time. But yeah, I guess you have to know where to look. But I don't know if it has that, because yeah, the make unique thing can be kind of long. But then sometimes you don't want it to be unique, because you might want to change the volume, for example, and then it's only going to affect one. So
Yeah.
I guess it is just what you're trying to do in that moment, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, interesting, man.
I think with FL as well, like when you're recording vocals, as like you said, when you get that template set up, it is good. But the only thing it's missing, to be fair, the only thing it's missing, if you did have that, if you've got a template set up, is, you know, in Logic when you're recording takes and you just loop it and it just stacks them, and then you can go through and pick like the best take from each one and like chop it.
Oh yeah,
It's just missing that, because FL does do it. It stacks them, but then like they're all just there.
It's like
if
whole
that makes
separate
sense. You
audio
can't like,
files.
they're all separate
yeah.
audio
You have to
files.
delete them all.
Yeah, and you can't like go down, and you can't like click a drop down menu, see
can't
everything,
conflict
and then
together.
like pick the best one, and then just, you know, collapse it. It's kind of like it's a
Yeah,
bit
well,
messy.
it does group them together, doesn't it? If you do it like that, so you do have the little arrow to close it all, but it is a
Yeah,
little bit messier than Logic's one.
yeah. Like you can close it, but they'll still. Do they still play? You know, like if you collapse the group, do they all the sounds in that
Nah,
group still
it mutes them.
Oh,
I think
okay.
it's depending on how you've got your settings, but it usually mutes them. So if you have it like recording and looped, I think it mutes them if you've got a certain setting on. I'll have to double check.
Yeah. Just give me 2 seconds. I'm just going to try and clear my throat. You know, you got something stuck like right at the bottom of your throat.
You would know about that. What have you got? What have you been working on this week anyway?
Yeah, like I said, man, I haven't really been doing too much. The first few days I was kind of just in bed, kind of out of it.
Oh yeah, from the
And then
teeth.
coming
So you're just
slowly,
kind of getting back
slowly.
into it now.
Yeah, this today and yesterday is like the first days where I've been back at my laptop properly and just trying to do what I
Right.
can, really. What about yourself?
Yeah. This week, pretty standard week. I'm just working on the bundle still. Videos, yeah, like YouTube videos, short form stuff, the bundle, and what else have I been doing? That's pretty much it, really. Yeah, in fact, today I'm recording. So for the bundle, there's a course, like a boom bap course. So I'm starting to record that today, because I'm aiming to drop everything in June, but I feel like I'm kind of, I don't know. I feel like I'm behind with it. I might not be. I need to check. But you know, when it starts creeping up to the month that you're launching, it's like, right, shit, have I got everything sorted? Because I haven't
Yeah.
actually started recording the course yet. But it's not a huge course. It'll just be like 10 parts, or maybe 8 parts, and maybe just like one beat, but just breaking like everything down from like the melody to drums and arrangement, mixing, VSTs, like just everything that you need for that one genre, really. I'm gonna try to do it in this mini course. So yeah, just working on that. I started. I think you did this before, actually. You know, Mario Luciano. I started. I saw that he was doing a sample making course, like it's either 3 or 4 parts. So I paid for that, and I had my first one with him yesterday. I never spoke to him before, but his samples are crazy, aren't they? So yeah, I had my first one with him. He's good, man. We didn't get into like loads yesterday. He just wanted to get a feel for what I was trying to do, because at the moment I'm working on some like soul stuff and boom bap stuff. But
that makes sense.
like before, I was working on a lot of like drill and trap, so I kind of wanted his take on it. I was showing him some samples, gave me some advice, because his are just on another level. But one thing that I kind of really took from him was, it's like when I'm making soul samples, for example, like I'll cook up like certain chord progressions, like I'll make the melody and then maybe have some like RC20 on, or I'll like render it and then just pitch it. I just kind of mess with it until it sounds vintage, if that makes sense. But he was asking me, what are you trying to get it to sound like? Like, do you have a reference? Like, is it 60s soul? Is it 70s soul? Like, what are you actually trying to get it to sound like? And I was like, man, I don't actually know. Like, when I was cooking up, I was just doing stuff. I didn't really have an end goal of like, oh, I really love this 70s soul sound, and I'm trying to find out what type of reverb they used in this track, like how they process the vocals, what distortions on that. So he was just kind of just explaining like the importance of actually dissecting it, like getting involved in the culture, listening to a lot of soul records, finding the stuff that you like, maybe finding the stuff that has been sampled in the hip hop tracks that you like. Then listen to those original ones and see how they flipped it and what kind of processing they used, instead of just aimlessly cooking up, if that makes sense. Which I guess, and he was also saying like, yeah, even if you are kind of aimlessly doing it, you can still get a good sound at the end. But he just feels like, yeah, you should have an end goal really when you're cooking up. It's like, especially for soul stuff anyway, if you're trying to get a certain sound.
Yeah, I hear
Because
that.
there's, yeah, because like you think soul sample, but then what decade? Because technology changed a lot throughout the years, right? And the sound fully changed. So yeah, he kind of just got me thinking that I need to yeah, he got me thinking quite a bit, to be honest. And the other thing he was talking about is like, yeah, it can be fine just like keying in melodies, like clicking them in, sorry. But the ones that really stand out are the ones that have been played, even if it's just like a chord at a time, or just so there's some sort of like human element to it. So it kind of made me want to get practicing on keys again, man. But yeah, like when you speak to someone like that whose main focus is like samples and like being a musician like that, he spends like a lot of his day, like he was saying, like when he was really trying to get good, he was spending like 3-4 hours a day even just practicing on keys. He just really wanted to get sick at playing keys and being involved with musicians, being able to speak the language of them, and yeah, just make incredible samples. And it would be sick to be able to do that. But
man.
we've got so much other stuff going on with like the content business side, and yeah, I don't know how much time I can dedicate to playing an instrument, like practicing on keys or guitar, or getting to that type of level, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that's a big dedication there.
Yeah.
When I think I took that class in 2019, so that's what, like 5-6 years ago now.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, he had me print out like all the chords, all the scales and shit like that. And to be honest, like I did keep it up for quite a few months, but that knowledge is ingrained in me, even though I can't really play the keys very well. But I know a scale like that, and I know chords. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Chords within a scale. Like my basic theory is solid. I think that definitely helped a lot.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's good to know, to understand like at least just what scales are and your basic chords and everything. Even if you can't like play it all, 'cause it just makes more sense when you're actually clicking it in.
Yeah. Man.
Would you say it's?
But yeah, I
Would
don't
you
know
say
about
so
you.
far it's better than, not better, but like different to Al Hug's one-to-one lessons?
Yeah,
I think for
maybe. I
me,
mean,
they're
I've only
both
had
very.
one.
My bad. Go ahead.
So I've only had one with Mario, and we didn't actually open any doors and like get into anything. So yeah, I need to take the other two. It feels like it might be a slightly different approach. So yeah, I'll have to see next week, depending on what we get into. But this first one, we're kind of listening to my samples, like he was giving me some feedback on them. I think we might have done that with Al as well. So yeah, in fact, saying that, maybe the first two lessons were kind of similar, but I don't know what we're gonna get into in the next ones yet. So yeah, we'll see.
For me,
How
I'd
about
say
you,
the
Ocean? What would you
similarities
say?
is that they're very. The similarities are they're very, especially Al Hug, but very. What about the details, like the little things that make for example, like a 70 sample, I remember Al Hug, he would say stuff like he wanted to make a flamenco-ish inspired one. So he would look at the way they're playing. Their thumb fingernail was slightly grown out compared to the others. They tilted their guitar a certain way. There was a certain distance from the microphone. So he would try and emulate as much as possible. And then I remember with his class as well, it's like when you play it in, rather than having tons of effects to make it sound good, try and get like the best audio quality that you can, like the best
Mm.
recording. And then once you slap on all the other stuff, then it will just sound 100 times better than trying to like dress up something that's not great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You can
Yeah.
tell they both, yeah, like you said, they're both really about the fine detail and just diving
But that's what
deep
makes
into
their
it
samples
because
like so crazy, innit? They're spending like
exactly
so
that, yeah.
much time on that.
Yeah. As he was saying, like today, there's just so many sample makers out there. And even like soul, as an example, he was saying like a lot of people are trying to make soul samples right now because it might be like an in thing or for whatever reason, it's just popular at the moment. And most of the people that are doing it are just doing it because it's a cool thing and they're just trying to cook up like any soul sample, slap some IC20 on it and then be done with it. You know what I mean? But the ones that are really going to stand out are the ones from the people that have actually done their research and actually got into the culture and the history of it and just all like the little fine details of what technology they were using at the time, like how they were recording things, what type of reverbs were they using, what type of mics were they using, just all this little stuff that you wouldn't normally think about when you're just cooking up a sample because you just pull up a VST, do your chords and everything, slap some plugins on it to make it sound weird. But yeah, I don't think many people are doing that much research into it, especially because everyone's on placements now. Like everyone just wants to cook up samples, send them out onto the
Yeah.
next batch, send them out. But it's like he was saying he just always wanted to focus on quality more than anything. So he wanted to be the guy who, when you sent out a sample pack, people like, I have to use these because these don't sound like anything I've ever heard
Yeah.
before.
Yeah.
And to be fair, he kind of has done that.
Yeah.
Like I think when he sends samples to people, like because he only sends like one pack out like every month maybe. So I asked him that as well, if it would be better to send out like loops every few days or just wait until the end of the month and send that out. It might be different for him because he's built up relationships with people, but he just sends out like one pack at the end of the month. And you know it's just going to be real good quality stuff. So I
Yeah.
imagine the people that are receiving his loops are just like looking forward to that email where because they know
Yeah.
that they're getting thousands of emails from people, but the quality is going to be in that one email at the end of the month.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, man. It's so many different ways you can do it, but his quality is definitely crazy. I don't think it's one that you can just easily copy,
Nah,
Mm.
even if you
nah,
tried. Only
Yeah, exactly.
a
So
handful of
there's so
producers
much,
could do
so
that.
many layers to it.
So he's such those kind of sample makers are like unicorns. Like you can't compete with those kind of guys. You can't compete with
yeah,
an Al Hug, a Luciano,
Mm.
an Elkan. This it's just too solidified. You know what I mean? Whereas like
Mm.
a guy who sends you
yeah,
loops every single day, and it's no shade to them because that still works, isn't it? It's just
Yeah.
like you're feeding producers with so much quantity that you're just so reliable, but it's just different. You know what I mean? Both work.
Yeah.
yeah,
Just a different grind.
yeah. There's a different, yeah, exactly, different grind. Just more. I don't know what's the saying. There's many ways to skin a cat type of
Yeah,
thing.
literally.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
And like we said, like those guys are putting all their focus into that one thing. They just really want to be like that sick musician who makes like the best samples. But then for us, for example, we don't really have that much time to spend on that one thing because we've got YouTube and then kits that we're dropping, beats to make, just like all these other things that just fill up the space in our day.
Mm.
So yeah, I think I'm struggling with that at the moment. I don't really know where to spend my time.
It's
Like
hard,
I
isn't it?
know because I have my calendar and I kind of know what I need to be doing. But then when I look at my calendar, I'm like, what should I take out and what should I replace? Like, do I really need to do that? Is that benefiting me anyway? Should I be
Yeah.
spending more time on music? Like it's really hard to figure out.
It feels like in the like in the early stages, that's so obvious. Like I don't know, it's so easy to know what the priority is. You know, when you first start out. But then yeah, like the longer you do it, and the more
Yeah,
projects you start up, you know, like you start making kits, and then you start making loop kits, and then you start up like communities, and then you start discords, and then you start. I don't know, like you add so many things just because you want to like do well in everything,
yeah,
and then like yeah, you kind of hit that point where you're like, shit, what? I've got so many balls to juggle, and they all need to be really good. Like, how am I gonna
Pause.
maintain? Oh god, this
I was waiting
podcast,
for that
man, I'm
one.
done with it. I'm out. Can we get Dixon on here?
It's
Let's
always
just
you,
give him
man.
some shit about Pepsi. Take the heat off me.
My bad, bro. What were you saying?
Yeah, it just gets. I just say it gets hard to. Oh, for fuck's sake! It gets difficult to.
Oh man.
It gets difficult to keep everything on good. I'm like thinking about every single word that comes out of my mouth now. Yeah.
Sometimes
Yeah, no,
what
it does,
helps is just to have seasons. Like maybe right now you're in a boom bap season, so you're in a sample making season, and then
Yeah.
you do
Yeah.
that season for like 3 months to 6 months, and then after that you move on to the next season. Oh, I'm gonna just try learn to play the piano really, really well. I think I've done
Yeah.
that a lot. The only thing is sometimes with the skills that you do in that season, it requires you to keep doing it. Like for example,
Yeah.
when I focused on the guitar for a long time, I got good at the guitar, but I can't play the guitar now like I used to because I don't dedicate that amount of time. I kind of just like lost it. But
Yeah.
now like I've picked up
Yeah.
other skills because of like the other seasons. Some are kind of easier to keep than others. And I think it
Yeah,
depends
no, you're right.
like how far you take it too.
Yeah. So do you think it's better to be the person that knows like a bit of everything, or do you think it's better to
I
be the
think it's
person
really
who's just sick at one thing?
it depends on your personality, innit? I think it depends on you as a person.
Yeah.
For a guy like Al Hug, maybe it makes perfect sense that he is just that guy because he can singularly just focus on that, and maybe he just doesn't care about all the other shit. But for me,
Yeah.
like I don't think it works, man. I'm just too curious and too. I like many, many different things, and I get bored of things really, really quickly. I don't know if I've ever told you about this, but there's a test by Ty Lopez, and he does like it's like a type of personality test, but it's like your levels of like how dopamine focused are you, serotonin focused are you, like based on these kind of hormones. But for me, it was like I was balanced everywhere except from dopamine. Like I'm very like dopamine driven, which makes perfect sense throughout my whole life because I do things and then I get bored of it, or fuck it. Like I'd see people and then I get bored of the girl, or like I'm just very onto the next thing, always onto the next place.
Yeah.
And it's because like I'm very dopamine driven, so it just makes sense that because I'm this way, the way I operate, me being good at many different things and maybe not being a specialist at just one thing, is just like it fits my personality type. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Works for you. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
definitely. That makes sense.
So
Yeah.
whatever you're
Yeah, I
naturally
guess it
drawn
is an
to, I feel like
individual
you should
thing.
just follow that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. I think you're right there. I think I'm definitely like that as well because I do have seasons like that where I'll be interested in one thing for a while. Like, because I'm making a boom bap kit, like I'm watching a lot, or I'm listening to a lot more of that type of music, like Griselda stuff. I'm watching a lot more videos on, I don't know, just more old school stuff. But then I know after a few months, I might be like, right, I'm just back into like trap or UK rap or whatever it might be. Like, I do float between different things. But
Yeah.
then, yeah, sometimes I feel like I'm doing the wrong thing because I feel like I don't really have a sound, but
Yeah, I hear
at the
that as
same
well.
time, it's,
Some people have sounds, you know what I mean? Whereas like other
yeah,
producers kind of just are more fluid with everything.
yeah. I know we spoke about this a few times, haven't we? And I guess same thing again. Like, there's no right or wrong way to do it. Like, there's benefits to having a sound, but then there's benefits to being versatile and being able to just make anything. And maybe
I'm
you
gonna
can have
s-
like your own touch on any genre as well. Like, there might be certain stuff that you do that
Well, yeah, I was
yeah.
isn't
gonna say, I feel like you
class.
have your own sound. Like, doesn't like regardless of the genre, you still have that. I don't know. Maybe it's just because I've like we've done a lot of sessions together and stuff. But I always notice when like
Hmm.
it's like one of your beats over Oceans. You know, just by how you arrange it and the
Hmm.
drum fills and like just the way I don't know. I guess just the way it sounds. Like literally just the way it sounds whereas Oceans could be different, more ambient, and then like he might arrange it differently. And yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's because we do a lot of sessions together, like all three of us. But I would say you have some, somewhat of a distinction from like basically like I've heard people, for example, when I'll do the beat critiques, people will send like some drill beats in, like melodic drill and stuff, and then like like people in the chat on the right would be like, "Oh, J Cactus type beat." You know what I mean? Like there is a certain
Right.
a certain way to it, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting. You could be right. Guess we just overthink things ourselves, don't we?
I was just looking back at this the test that I took. I definitely recommend people to check it out. It's called Life Compass, and it's on a scale of 1 to 100, and it analyzes like cortisol, which is like threat focused, oxytocin, empathy focused, dopamine, which is like novelty, serotonin, structure, and testosterone, which is risk taking. And so my
Who's
novelty,
it by,
my
the
dopamine,
test?
Ty Lopez. My dopamine compared to anything else was just super high, and he even kind of tells you like which career should you pursue as like a suggestion. So for me, it's marketer, which makes perfect sense because kind of always just been drawn to that kind of side of things. But there's different things, like if you're high risk taking and your serotonin is really really high, then maybe you should be like a tech entrepreneur. Or if you're like low risk taking and very empathy focused, then maybe you should look into more like therapy kind of stuff. Like it's very interesting, but these kind of things
one of those
definitely
tests that's going to tell me I'm on the spectrum. Complete it. It tells me I'm somewhere on there.
Yeah.
I've definitely taken like a bunch of different personality tests just to try and understand better like what my strengths are and what my, if you want to call them weaknesses, but just things you're maybe not as good at. And I think it definitely helps. It helps you understand yourself and make sense of like why you might behave in certain situations, or like even if you wanted to get a business partner or work with certain people, how to divide it. What are you good at? Oh, I'm maybe more the creative kind of person, or actually no, I prefer to be very structured and I don't really like changes in my day. You know, little things like that, and then you could just work with yourself to optimize it, whatever you're doing.
That's interesting. Yeah, I'm going to take it.
Yeah, I want to do that as well.
Just to see.
Best way to handle it. So, yeah, this is quite cool. I like this. You need to check that out. What do you think yours will be, Jay?
Not sure, because I know I'm quite an analytical person, but I'm also not that well structured in a way as well. Like I'm quite analytical. I compare things a lot.
Would you say you're a high risk taker or a low risk taker or medium?
Maybe medium. Say to do what we're doing, we have to be somewhat of a medium risk taker because like I quit my job to do this. So I'm definitely not a low risk taker, but then I'm not a high risk taker because I don't make a lot of mad decisions in the moment. I have to think about things a lot before I make a decision. Like there's some people that as soon as they've got something on the mind, it's like, boom, I'm doing this. Whereas I'm more like, all right, I've got this idea. Let me sit back. Let me think about it. Let me research it. So I'm definitely more analytical like that. So maybe medium.
Yeah, I hear that.
So yeah, it'd be interesting
to see what you come up with.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. We'll all do it. You've done yours. What me and LB will do it.
We'll do it. Come back next week and see what we got. See what the answers are.
Yeah. Yeah.
How is the bundle coming along anyway?
Right, then, boys. It's coming along all right, you know. I was just saying to Ocean that it might be... I felt like I was kind of behind, but I don't know. I'm dropping it in June, and we're almost in the middle of May, which is kind of crazy. So, yeah, I've done maybe like more than half of the drum kit. I've got like musicians working on like phrases, so at least I don't have to do those. The course, I'm starting recording that today, which will probably take like a few days. I don't know. I'm gonna get out as much as possible, get as much as possible done today, because it's not the whole focus isn't a course, so it's not like there's loads of different modules and everything. It'll just be like maybe like 8 parts, 10 parts. So yeah, I'll see how much I can get recorded today.
Mm.
But yeah, I think I'm on track. I think I'm on track. It's coming along well. It's just
Yeah.
when I had that call with Mario yesterday, we were playing some of the loops, and he's made me want to go back and like rethink them, and maybe take a different approach to the soul ones. Like the boom bap ones, he liked those,
Mm.
but he gave me some feedback on the soul ones, like with everything I said earlier. So he kind of made me rethink it a bit. Um, but I have got musicians like replaying some stuff. So for example, like the bass that I've played in those loops, I've got someone who actually playing the bass that I'm gonna replace it with, and then same for vocals as well. So maybe once those things have been added, it will. I don't know. They'll sound a lot better.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Nice, man. We got a name for it yet?
How's the community going?
Yeah, it's.
Nah.
Okay, got it. Okay. Yeah, it's going all right, man. I recently I added like a free trial to it, which I didn't know why I didn't do that in the first place, to be honest, because like
Yeah.
anything subscription based, they always give away like at least a 7-day free trial. So yeah, I give away.
Yeah.
I did like a limited time 30-day free trial. So there's like 60 people in there
Mm-hmm.
now, which is quite good. And then I've dropped it
Yeah.
down to like a 7-day free trial. So yeah, I'm just to get people in. It's really just through email marketing. I'm just like sending out to maybe
Yeah.
3 emails a week, just saying what's going on in the community. Like the like reports from the live calls and just like stuff that's going on. And I'm like, oh, if you want to jump into the community, there's a 7-day free trial. Just doing it through that basically. But yeah, it's going all right, man. I'm
Nice.
enjoying it. It kind of adds a little bit of structure to the morning. It gives me a reason to like, I don't know, get more
Are you
people
active in there
involved.
every day?
Yeah, cause I do like daily drops. Like I'll drop like some MIDI or like a loop, a starter, just anything. I'll drop something in there every day,
Nice.
and then
I like
like
that.
yeah, like swap out the kits, like the premium kits that people can have. I didn't like not edited at all, but just like tutorials for like email marketing or just whatever people want to see that I'll make like tutorials for it. So yeah, it's going good, man. I'm
Yeah.
enjoying it. It's just it is a bit difficult to keep on with the YouTube stuff, but yeah, I just need to be better with my time management. But yeah, it's all good though.
I hear that.
Have you found a way to, let's say for example, if people are doing the trials, can they get access to all of the kits you've ever dropped, or have you found a way to
Um,
drip feed it?
no, well, I haven't put all of my kits in there. I've put like about 60% of them in
Or
there.
just the ones you've added to the community?
Yeah, yeah. So there's only a select few in there. And then, but yeah, I know what you mean. I think maybe for like the guys that come in on the 7-day trials, maybe I can limit the access to the amount of kits they've got access to. Like people on that payment plan can only access certain channels or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's good, man. There's one guy in there. I think I mentioned him last week or the week before. Sorry, called Kicks, and he's lit strictly a type. He's the guy that came on the live call that you was on a few weeks ago, and like he's killing it with
Right.
type beats. So having him in there is really good because he's just dropping gems. Like he's giving screenshots of
Yeah.
his like sales and stuff. Like bro, in 1 week he made 8.5 grand just from literally just uploading type beats.
Nice.
No marketing, nothing. Just uploading type beats.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so I'm trying to get some tips from him. I need to be in his
You're
community.
gonna start uploading again.
Yeah, well, I have started a type beat channel again. It's more at the minute. It's more so of like an experiment for for a video. I'm gonna like do it for either 30 days or 90 days, and then see kind of what comes of it. Done like a week so far of uploading like every day, and I can't like it kind of flopped in the beginning. So I've had to go like back to the drawing board and speak to some other guys. I spoke to Kicks. I've had him on a call for it, and then I'm going to speak to someone called Control Beats who does type beats as well, and just see what what those guys are doing. But I've made a few tweaks, and it's
Are you
already.
doing it under a different name?
I was going to, but I've just kept it as just my own thing, my LLB beats. But I'm not promoting it at all. I'm just literally just uploading type beats. I'm not like doing emails or Instagram posts or anything like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, it's
So
all right,
what
man.
things did you change after you
So
Do you
yeah,
spoke
so
to
I
them?
had like this. I don't know if I can put a script. There's a live chat in here, isn't there? Is there a chat?
There is a share button.
Yeah, there's a chat.
Oh, there's a chat. Yeah, there's a chat.
Oh yeah, I see it.
Should be at the bottom.
Because I know it fucks up it messes up the stream, doesn't it? If I share my screen.
Yeah,
but
for
yeah,
some reason.
I've done. What was I going to say? So I started off with like this certain style of thumbnail, which I'll put in the chat now. But it wasn't really working. I think the picture was too small, and the you can't really see what it was. So how am I going to do this? So I've had to switch it. Type beats. So it was. Oh,
I'm gonna be back.
Is there a way I can attach images to the group, or is to the chat, or is it just just chat, like literally just text?
Yeah, it might just be chat. Obviously links.
I'll put it in the WhatsApp.
I don't think you can attach.
I'll put it in the WhatsApp group.
Okay.
There we go. Okay, that's sent. So it was like that, and I've used that for like the actual type B video, and then there's some like text overlay that kind of overlays as the beat's playing, like just saying it's free for non-profit and everything. But yeah, that wasn't really cutting it, so I've switched the thumbnails to.
That looks pretty cool as well.
Yeah, it's nice for the videos, but I think just at a distance, it's hard to really tell that it's a type beat. So I've switched it to this one instead. But to be fair, like, yeah, like to be fair, as soon as I switched it, like I think the first video with the new thumbnail dropped last night, and before I switched it, I was getting like 4 views, 9 views, like literally nothing. Sometimes no views, and then I switched it, and then this one's gone up to like 22 views. Like it's still going up a little bit.
Oh, okay.
So it's obviously not like crazy numbers, but just that little switch has made a little bit of a difference. So far,
yeah, still doubling.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna see how it goes from here.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see. Definitely. Yeah, because with type beats as well, like you have to be doing them for a long time as well, don't you? Like some people have been doing them for years and just still not really grown that much. And then all of a sudden it just like takes off like, so hard. But then some channels just like start and they do really well in the first year. Like, it's so hard to get that right.
From what it seems like you have to pick like a good like keyword, not even one that's got like, I mean, not crazy competition, but just one that's getting searched. So like the big ones, melodic trap, gunner type beat, and then you can't stray away from that, because it seems that like everyone that's done that, the views kind of just dip after that. So you have to literally just be exact same title every single time, and then some videos do just pop off, and then some of them don't do as well. But you just gotta ignore the fact that some don't do as well as others, and just kind of ride the wave, just similar to what we do, I guess. But
are you using artists in the name? Like, is it going to be like gunner type beat, or is it just like melodic trap type beat?
Yeah, it's melodic trap X gunner type beat 2024, and then the name of the beat, and then trap type beat again at the end. So it's just like just kind of trying to double up on like trap type beat, and then the gunner stuff as well.
And then you're going to use that same one every single video.
Yeah, literally that for every single. The only thing that's going to be different is just the beat name. Everything else exactly the same. And then I'm just going to see how it goes. I've kind of I just went through like all my old excuse me, all my old beats, and just pre-uploaded like 90 beats, just so I don't really have to worry about missing a day, of uploading.
Yeah.
But yeah, it'd be interesting to see if anything does actually come of it.
Yeah,
I'm definitely
looking out for this video.
Yeah, same.
I want to see what the results are.
Fingers crossed, man. Wasn't you going to do something similar, Ocean, with that, like doing a type beat, starting up a type beat channel?
Yeah, I did it in 2021, but I only got to like day 15, and then I was just like, I can't be bothered. To be fair though, the channel actually performed not too bad. I'd say like the average views was 200 or 300, but a couple got like a few K, and one of them got could be like 30 or 40K now views.
Oh wow.
But I didn't
That's
see any
sick.
sales from it.
Hmm. Yeah, it's kind of weird
I
how
didn't
it
see any
Still
goes.
though,
sales
15 days.
from that
That's
big
good.
video.
Yeah, 15 days worth, and you
15
got one in
days is
like,
solid.
yeah, that's insane.
So I was thinking like, damn, if I really extended it to 90, could have really done something.
I think, yeah,
I
I
think
don't know
so.
how big the sample size is that you need to do it, but I guess at least a month just
But
to see like what the
the
numbers
the
are like.
the, the niche was really niche, like super niche down.
Was it Afro drill at the time?
Something like that. It was like a hazy kind
I
of
can't
type
remember you
beat.
saying. Yeah,
Mm.
because that's what your boy does, right? LB, like Afro
Oh
drill.
yeah, yeah. I was gonna say Kix does that, and like, yeah, he's been killing it. Although I went on vidIQ and
Oh shit.
I
So maybe
checked like what?
no, I was just gonna say
Saying
like
because he was doing
maybe
it like
there
a couple
was
years
really
ago.
some maybe there really is something then like if I was to have continued that there could have been, you know.
I was gonna say, yeah, you might have caught the
I think
wave
so at that time.
same time he did, yeah, because he's been killing it recently. Yeah. Would you guys? What would you guys prefer? Like, because we all started this with like similar, like not the same goals. Like, would you rather still be doing content, or would you rather have a pop-in type beat channel where you can just upload a beat to like 4 or 5 beats a week and then just live off the sales?
I mean, that sounds cushy, like not having to get the camera out and everything. But I also do like making content as well and doing like the vlogs and everything like that. Like if we do joint cook-ups and stuff. And I do feel like there's more opportunity with doing what we're doing, sponsorships.
Yeah.
Just having your face out there as well. It's like good for the brand. So don't know. I might just pick what I'm doing. I think over type beats.
Yeah.
I think for longevity.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much
I
the
think you're
same.
right. Because there's a lot of, I know what you mean, there's a lot of type beat channels that kind of come and go, but we've kind of had our thing going for quite a while now and it's not really gone anywhere.
Yeah.
So,
Especially if you're riding a wave.
yeah.
Because like a type beat channel could pop when there's a certain wave happening, but then once that wave's gone, it'd be so hard to pivot your channel then.
Yeah. It just seemed that like a lot of type beat people, they'll start one channel for one specific artist or one specific niche. And then if
Yeah.
they want to switch, they can't. They have to set up a new channel and then build up from scratch. They just say like it's quicker to start a new one than it is to pivot the whole channel. So it seems kind of
Yeah.
long winded
That
every
makes
time you want to
sense.
switch. Yeah.
Yeah. I actually set up a new channel and just put like a boom bap beat on there just to see. But
Yeah.
I did like just one a week. But I might give it a proper test just whilst I'm making this kit. I might
Yeah,
just throw it up
definitely.
for a month. But it's just that's so niche. It's like no one's really who's bothered about boom bap now.
I mean, you never know, man. There's a guy called Jake Angel Beats, and he uploads like Lil Nas X country style beats, and they're like
Oh yeah?
he's been making crazy money as well.
Oh
I think
shit.
he averages like maybe it's like 10, 15K a month just off of that,
Just
which
from
is
type
kind of
beats.
mad.
That is sick. It's
Yeah.
crazy. Yeah, I might have to try it. Might have to try it. I just don't stick to one style enough. Like
Mm.
when because I don't actually make that many beats throughout the week as well. I'd find it hard to upload a beat every single day, like the same style as well.
Mm.
Because every day I don't feel like making a certain type of beat,
Yeah, that makes
and
sense.
yeah, I don't make a lot of beats during the week. So I think I'd definitely struggle to do a daily upload for one certain style. But you
Mm.
could maybe do it a couple times a week just to see.
Well, I guess like I mean, how long we've been producing now? At least like 4 or 5 years, right? So I guess you've probably got at
Mm,
least 30 boom bap beats, and you probably got hundreds of drill beats just in the bank in the vault. So you could just preload all of them, and then just have them set to release, and then you can kind of just slowly add to it. Because I
Probably
think a
could
lot
just
of
pay an
type beat
assistant to
guys.
yeah,
do it all for you.
So yeah,
true.
yeah, exactly. And I think a lot of type beat guys, they start off every day, sometimes twice a day, and then when they build up, they slow it down to like 2 a week, 3 a week.
Yeah,
Yeah, so that could be a way to do it.
yeah, something to think about.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm like, yeah, I'd be a bit shook to upload my old beats Even beats from like a few months ago, I'm like, nah, my beats are better now. I don't want anyone to hear them.
Yeah. Do you ever go back through your old beats and like not old beats, like super old beats, but like maybe beats from like 2-3 years ago and be like, shit, I forgot about that beat. Like that's actually a hard beat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've done that, but then I've done it the other way where I've listened back and I'm like,
Trust me.
I thought this was sick at the time and it's shit now. Like that kick's weak.
Yeah.
I've done
Sometimes I
both.
do it. Sometimes like it could be maybe yesterday. Like yesterday, I was in the moment thinking this was shit, this was so sick, and I come
Yeah.
back to finish it the next day, and I'm like, I
Yeah.
ain't touching this. This is dead.
Yeah, I hear that. Yeah. It just goes both ways, doesn't it, I suppose?
Yeah, definitely. Your mind can play tricks on you in the moment.
All right,
Right then, boys, might be a good time to end it.
Yeah, that sounds good, man. You guys got on for the rest of the day?
But yeah, about to get a coffee, quick snack or something, get some filming done. I'm going live with the exclusive club today at 4, I think, but I need to film some core stuff before, so yeah, just camera out all day today, I think. How about you?
Yeah, nice, man. I've actually got that, you know, that Callum guy that came down last time, the guitar player. He
Oh yeah,
he's asked to do like another session, so he's on his way now. I just need to pick him up from the station. I need to set off in like 10-15 minutes. So
sick.
yeah, I'll go grab him, and then that'll probably
Nice.
be it for the rest of the day. I need to do some editing tonight, and then that's about it. So
Cool. You just wrapping up for the day, Ocean?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't really done too much today. I started a few different track ideas, but I'm gonna go eat, come back, and then I really want to try just see if I can finish an idea or at least just start like maybe a few more ideas that I can come back to.
Yeah. Cool.
nice boys.
All right,
All
man.
right, then.
Well,
See
yeah,
you guys
appreciate
later.
everyone for watching once again. I'll see you all next week.
Peace.